Yosi. Yo no te voy a negar que me gustas. Tu swing y tu ritmo me gustan. Yo no te voy a negar que me gustas. Tu swing y tu ritmo me gustan. Pegarme a ti es lo que más quisiera. Comernos y que la noche no pare.
We were talking together during this corona crisis, and suddenly you were talking about the turtle rhythm. So, how come that you got in this turtle rhythm with the corona crisis? Can you?
I was very inspired by a Turkish painter or Ottoman painter because he's from the Ottoman Empire. His name is Osman Hamdi Bey, and he has made a painting which is called Turtle Trainer. And you can imagine a guy like, having kind of this old dress with turban and just standing, and he has a, kind of a little stick, and then he has like 5-6 turtles. So he's training them. First time I have seen this picture, I said, there's something wrong with this guy. Why he's not moving? And then the more I go into the painting and I realize the movement in his body, in his visions, and he was being there. I think what we have been actually lacking before Corona, we were never there. And we were never here, we were never there. And I think if we do some kind of training, either training turtles or training our ego, and in Sufism...
Can you talk about training the ego? Can you just... have you heard about the ego and training the ego?
No, but I got a massive ego, so I'm eager to hear.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure, Adonis,
Is it to make it bigger or make it smaller? If it's smaller, I don't want any part of it.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm messing around.
So, yeah, but going back to Osman Hamdi Bey and the Sufism, there is something called nefs. And nefs is like, you can translate it to, our Western way, it's ego. So sometimes you just ask yourself the question, who is talking? Is it Adonis who is talking, or is it the ego? So sometimes when you separate it, so then you are starting to train your ego in a way, or your nefs.
So the goal is kind of to be more aware of your ego.
I think the goal is what we need, especially I think what we are practicing, since we are very aware of what's happening around us. And I think if we didn't have Corona, maybe we couldn't really have this awareness of what we should do about racism. So I think this being together, I think the awareness that we are having some kind of a danger, or we are having some kind of a sorrow, that we face our sorrow. And but we didn't have time to face our sorrow. Our sorrow was kind of, you just have a suitcase all the time and pack it. So I think what happened after Corona is we realized that my sorrow is like your sorrow and yours is like mine.
Because everyone was all of a sudden in the same situation.
Exactly. Mm.
But you have an international COVID-19 project
Yes.
going on with a cooperation with different kind of countries. Could you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah. I have started to make a documentary project about COVID when we experienced this COVID. But I think we are going to have, and we have been having this, the political impact, which is we are living in a danger that we are having more despots coming to our, countries all around the world. But at the same time, we are having this youth, and they are saying that we have to do something. So there are, these two things, the danger and the togetherness. So I have contacted my colleagues from different countries, and now I'm working with directors from China, Turkey, Iran, and US, Poland, and Norway, and Bangladesh. So we are going to make a film together, and it will be kind of a, it will be a democratic process in a way. So we will combine our stories, and we will see what will happen.
Personal stories of the directors or of youth in the country, or
no, the directors will find their storytellers, and so we will work together through Zoom, and then we will have a meta story which will combine all the stories.
Doing it with people from across the world, what has been challenging?
I think the challenging is like one should really take like 2 steps back and listen to how people in a way interpret things and tell the stories. So in a way we are kind of mirroring each other. So we are, when you start to share the stories, so it doesn't matter if the person that you are hearing is from Drammen or from Istanbul or from Beijing. So we are all the same, but the most important thing is that you will create something together.
Yo no te voy a negar que me gustas. Tu swing y tu ritmo me gustan. Pegarme a ti es lo que más quisiera. Comernos y que la noche no pare. Pa' desnudarnos como fieras y saltarnos los detalles.
Tusen takk!